Today we're at Montagu Arms in Beaulieu. Now, the facade of the Montagu Arms you see today is from 1888, when it received a major redevelopment. But originally it's the site of a 16th century inn. Originally the name was the Ship and then the George. It's a hub for timber auctions and cattle markets originally, and there have been markets in Beaulieu since 1607. Famous guests at the hotel include Sir Arthur Conan Doyle of the Sherlock Holmes mysteries, President Charles de Gaulle, and the 1943 World War II Home Guard, who used it as a firing position. It's had the current owners since 1970. And our walk starts by walking down towards Palace House and the Abbey. Now, lovely as they are, don't be tempted to pet them. One, it's an offence in the New Forest now, and two, if you sort of feed them and make a fuss of them, then they come after other people looking for food, and if there's no food they can get a little bit naughty. I once refused one entry to my tent on a camping site in the forest, and he belligerently went over and kicked over my Primus stove with the kettle on it. Not as daft as they look. Now, Palace House was once the gatehouse to the old Cistercian Abbey, which is still on the Beaulieu estate. You can see it if you visit the National Motor Museum and Palace House. That abbey was founded by Cistercians. Now, they came over from France in around 1204 from Citeaux in France. They coined the name of the village, Beaulieu, or Beaulieu, which in French means beautiful place. So Palace House dates from 13th century, and it was given to the Earl of Southampton, Thomas Wriothesley, by Henry VIII. Thomas Wriothesley is actually a descendant of the Montagu family that own it now. Now, Edward Lord Montagu was one of the first to open their houses to the public in 1952. He had 5 vintage cars, and that then developed into the National Motor Museum. The Beaulieu River was granted to the monks at Beaulieu, or Beaulieu, by King John, and that was in about 1204. It was formerly known as the Exe. It's 12 miles long from its furthest source, and that's in Lyndhurst. We tried to find the source of the Beaulieu River in Lyndhurst on the Lyndhurst Walk, but it's very elusive. The estuarial part is about 4 miles, and that's from here down to the Solent at Needsall Point. Now, the river was dammed off about here to create the mill pond, and that ran a mill. So we'll say goodbye to the donkeys. We've seen the Palace House and the river. Tide's out at the moment. It looks a lot prettier when the tide's in. And we're going to walk back towards the pub. Just before we get back to the pub, you'll see a finger post on your left marked the Solent Way, and we're going to follow this footpath down towards the old fire station. So if you carry on straight forward, it takes you to Buckler's Hard. So we're going to head back into the village now along this path. Now if you bring in the kids, it's fairly buggy friendly. There's the play park. Then we're coming back in alongside the school. And here we pop back out into the village. Where we're going to turn right. Back down towards the pub. And let's take a quick look around the village. Now there's a nice view of Palace House across the mill pond. A little gang of New Forest ponies. So we've seen all the donkeys today. When we drove the car in to park, the donkeys are actually in the car park round the back here, and there must be 2 or 3 dozen of them. Now this being Beaulieu, you would expect some nice vintage cars and a motorbike being for sale in the village garage, and it doesn't disappoint. Lovely MGB GT there, and a Jag. And a better view of the mill pond, which we're going to skirt on this path to the right. Across the main road, and there's a footpath to Hazel Copse and East Boulder, which we're going to follow through this kissing gate. I guess if you've got a buggy, you can get it through this gate. It's not locked, it's just latched. I've got to say that after all this torrential rain and flooding we've had, this path is really very, very good. So far on this walk, nothing to get your feet muddy really. And just as I say that, the old gravel bit of the path runs out, and it's a little bit muddy, so you'll want your walking boots or your wellies. At the top of the field you can see Palace House down in the distance, and you've got a permissive footpath sign, and we're going to the left and through the gap by this tree, where we find another permissive footpath sign. This is a lovely footpath, and I promise you that as of the time of making this walk, which is January 2024, there are no other walks or maps or anything showing these footpaths. It's quite the hidden gem, but it's lovely and just makes a really nice short walk through the village, and then out to the countryside a little bit. It's great for kids, not too muddy. The house and the road in view, you choose to go whether right of the hedge or left of the hedge, and you actually go left of the hedge. As you see, there's an arrow pointing the other way, which must mean the way back onto the road is down here. This is the worst it is with all the flooding we've had. You will need welly boots or tall walking boots on this bit, but it literally is, I don't know, 20, 30 feet of various. This is the deepest bit. It's quite nice in the wellies actually. Don't want to leave the buggies at home though. But anyway, through the kissing gate. Ooh, blub blub blub. Comes out next to a house called Harlick's. And this is one part of the walk you might want to keep your kids well attached to you, because you've got to walk that short distance on the road back to the village. As I say, it is a short walk on the main road back to the village, but it can sometimes be quite busy. Sometimes there's donkeys here too, but I'll show you where they are in a minute. And we just passed the junction with the Buckler's Hard lane. We come on round that bend, we walk on the grass verge, and we turn right. That'll take us back into the village. So I won't bother going in the car park because they've decided it's time to come out and go for a walk down the main street and cause havoc on the main road. Off you go then, go stop the traffic. Be warned, that's only a few of them. I'd say in the car park there are a good couple of dozen of them. It looks like they're moving out to their day's positions. He's deciding to cut someone's hedge for them. There's a donkey up my house. Fairweather's Garden Centre here. Nice bit of tea room there. But we're going to go to the pub. Just for a coffee. We had a full cooked breakfast this morning, so probably not a lot of room for lunch. We haven't even walked it off much, as I say. It's a small, short, family friendly walk. But as I said earlier, if you continue following that path that we took behind the fire station, then there are signs all the way to Buckler's Hard. So you can walk to Buckler's Hard and then you walk back pretty much the same way, unless you go through the nature reserve. But signed all the way to Buckler's Hard. What I might do, I'll sign off the walk and then I'll take a few pictures from down at Buckler's Hard and a bit of the path on the way. Not that we're going to walk it, because the world and their wife do that path, so we thought we'd do something different. But anyway, if you've done this little bit of a walk and you then want to do the Buckler's Hard walk, then just as we come up to this shop with the bay, there's a sign that will take you back down by the school again. The end of that path, turn right and just follow the Buckler's Hard signs. Oh, there we go. Some more donkeys emerged from the car park. So that's the pub part of the Montagu Hotel. It's Montys Bar. Okay, that's a lovely little exploratory walk around Beaulieu for families. Only a couple of miles, 2.5 miles at the most, more like 2 I should think. Haven't got a taste for lunch, but we'll go in and we'll get a drink, a coffee or something. So let's go. So a little bit of extra video for those of you that carried on and followed the footpath to Buckler's Hard. This is Buckler's Hard. It's an old shipbuilding village. So that's the Master Builders. Coincidentally where my son got married. His wedding car was Herbie, the Volkswagen, which pulled up out here. Middle of the summer, in June. Caused a commotion, Herbie coming down this gravel track.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So this is the path you would have come in on if you walk from Beaulieu. And the sign here says it's 2¼ miles to Beaulieu. I can vouch for that, it is, pretty much. So you look at an extra 4½ miles on top of the walk that we've already done.
Yeah, she's like, I want to, but I don't. Because of the water.
It's the tap, tap, tap of the halyards. I remember coming here with some friends on my old boat. And my lovely brother-in-law, Chris. We had a good day here. Sailed round from Hamble up the river. Lovely place to come. So there we are, that's the bonus video for those of you that there's a bird of prey up there. Buzzard, I think. Anyway, distracted by the buzzard. For those of you that have walked the 2¼ miles up from Beaulieu, it's well worth a visit. There's lots to see here. There's a museum of shipbuilding and wrecks and things. There's the pub, there's a cafe out by the car park, so you can refuel halfway through the walk. If you add it on to the walk, well, the walk for this video, the Beaulieu meander, that's about 2 miles, 2½ miles, plus the 4½ from Beaulieu to here and back. So that's what, 6½, 7 miles, I suppose. It's worth it if you like a slightly longer walk. As I say, I've not filmed any of the paths from Beaulieu to here. Lots of people have done that. If you want to go on YouTube, you'll see many people have done that. But it's easy, you know, you don't need a map, you don't need to watch a video. There's just signs saying Buckler's Hard that way. And even if you wander into the nature reserve, you wander in one end and wander out the other, so you can make a sort of circular bit of it to save walking up and down in a line. But anyway, I'll leave you with these lovely views and hope you enjoy your walk, be it long or short.